great Everglades of Florida, massive live oaks festooned with the wind-tossed Spanish moss, royal palms, magnolias, gnarled old cypress trees, a veritable fairyland of jungle beauty, the home of the Seminole, a fast-vanishing race of American Indians. The view in this aquatic jungle has changed very little since the Spanish and English invasion over 400 years ago. One must beware, for this wilderness region gives out no secrets. Only the Seminole knows the treacherous hidden channels amid the thick water hyacinth. To be lost in this swamp is a dangerous thing. Here lives the crafty alligator who grows to enormous size. Hidden in the tough bog grass lurks the small but poisonous snake, the water moccasin, and in the thick foliage can be found the Florida wildcat, who, though not of great size, nevertheless can do a lot of damage. In the deep bayous, the Seminoles kill many of the smaller alligators, alligators to you. A camp of the Seminole Indians, men, women, and children, brown-skinned, brightly garbed and picturesque, shy yet strangely self-contained. Many of the younger generation speak broken English, which is, however, frowned upon by the chiefs, who disapprove of it for fear that they will talk too much. To keep away from the white man and the white man's ways is the training of the Seminole youth. For many years they were homeless, as they would have nothing to do with either the state or federal government because of the many treaties they made with the white man which were constantly violated. As civilization advanced, they retreated further and further into the Everglades, and it was not until as late as 1913 that the Florida legislature recognized their claims and granted them exclusive ownership in 213,000 acres in the Everglades. The squaws are about as sociable as the half-wild deer that are petted by the visitors. They are extremely modest with their long Spanish skirts over their bare feet, and a more severely pure-minded people are not to be found in the globe. They make by hand the heavy beaded neck pieces which they wear, as well as the brightly colored skirts worn by their menfolk. Most of the women still stick to the old-fashioned method of making their clothes, but others have adopted the method of their white sisters. Here we see a squaw using a modern hand-operated sewing machine, and it looks like a trousseau she's working on. Camps are always selected close to a stream, so that there will be an abundance of water both for the cleaning of their bodies and the washing of their clothes. And the fishing dugouts come in handy for this purpose. Looking at this young chief, one is struck by the resemblance to those ancient races of Mexico and Central America, the Aztecs and the Mayas. Much homage is given to the old men of the clan, for it is they who really rule the tribe. Seminoles live to a ripe old age. There is one in this group who is said to be over 115 years old. The Seminoles, like others, are classified by gens. All children born belong to the clan which the mother represents. The gens represented in the Seminoles today are the otter, deer, snake, wolf, and windbird. All others, including the famous Alligator clan, are gone. The Seminoles are skilled hunters and trappers. While there is still game left in the savannas, it is being rapidly killed off. The Seminoles obey no game laws, but the United States government has requested them not to kill any more than is necessary for food need. Once in a while, one comes across the small black bear of Florida, but like the Seminole, it is also becoming scarce. Another species of animal life which is becoming extinct in this section is the small spotted deer, a close relative of the fallow deer. While the razorback hog, a small semi-wild swine, is the principal meat dish of the Seminoles, this deer is quite a toothsome meat delicacy, greatly enjoyed by the tribe. With the gradual encroachment of civilization, this wonderland of the Everglades, with its romantic and thrilling mysticism, is fast becoming a thing of the past. Will the reclamation of the glades ever repay for the ruthless slaughter of bird and animal life in this ornithological paradise? Brightly burning campfire with its ever-ready sopka kettle in which vegetables and meat are cooked together, somewhat on the order of a beef stew. This is the tribal dish of the Seminoles and is never permitted to become empty, new ingredients being added from time to time. A dish of sopka awaits the hungry wayfarer or an Indian from a neighboring camp. The men gather to partake of this appetizing dish. A peculiar custom prevails among the Seminoles in that the honor of the first spoonful goes to the oldest member of the tribe. Even the young chief must wait his turn. The hunting dogs sniff the savory odor too, and with drowsy, half-closed eyes await their share. The women do not eat with the men folks, but off by themselves. No Seminole maiden is ever forced to wed a man selected by her parents. Instead, she is permitted to choose her own husband. The lover, with permission to woo, shows his affection by a token. If the token is accepted, everything is okay. No pomp or long ceremony is connected with the marriage. It's quite simple. The chief speaks a few words and the couple are united. After the ceremony, the families and relatives indulge in the catfish dance, which is their version of a shower of rice. This is kept up for long periods. Some of the dancers drop out, and others take their places. At the groom's former home, a campfire dance takes place, which is kept up until the fire has burned itself out. And in a flash, flames sweep the savannah. 1 minute, a peaceful tropical Eden, the next, a roaring inferno. Between long periods when there is no rain, the brush becomes very dry, and once ignited, will burn like tinder. The Seminoles are barely able to save their personal belongings, and in an instant, their primitive homes are just smoldering embers. There is nothing to do but gather up what they have saved and trek off to locate a new site for their camp. Led by their chief, they go deeper into the glades, further away from civilization and the white man with whom, after an unequal and atrocious war lasting for 7 years, they signed a treaty, only to have it violated and broken time and time again. So for years they would have nothing to do with the white man or his government, preferring to make their own laws and meting out punishment to those who broke them. They're a peaceful tribe now, and when let alone, they mind their own business. Settled in their new home, they gather round the campfires while the elders chant the tribe's history, to which the youngsters listen eagerly and learn quickly. In the wigwams, mothers softly croon century-old lullabies to their papooses. Musical talent is not so high with the Seminoles, but their songs are very rhythmical. There are hunter songs and campfire songs, but the war songs which sent such terror to the hearts of the white settlers in the Seminole war days seem to have been forgotten. The stars twinkle as the dirge-like ancestral music of the Indians echoes through the solemn stillness of the night. These primitive people worship before the Great Spirit who has given this Everglade country Heheoki to his red children.